How you doing? How you doing? Oh, happy Shabbat. Happy Shabbat. Uh, my message today is a question I've been asked a few times. It's going to be a short synopsis of this question. Nothing long. I just want to say something short today. Um, why are we poor? Why are blacks poor? And you get that question a lot. Why are we poor and the whites grow like weeds? Well, that's a question. That's a question. That's the question they pose to me. And so uh, they say that these people they had us in slavery. They committed every kind of abuse that they could commit on us. They murdered, they stole, they lied, and they can't figure out why God has blessed them and continue to bless them. And they put us as a people in complete unrest. Complete unrest. We have no happiness really. It's all about them. It's all about how we please them. You know they uh, they treat us like bad people. They treat us like we're not any good. And they can do. It seems like they can do anything they want to do and get away with it. They can lie, get away with it. Cheat, steal, bash our babies up against rocks, get away with it. And they still grow like weeds, richer than we are, more powerful than we are. Well, a lot of people, lost their souls because of that question. I think that's a very important question because a lot of people lost their souls because of that question. And so I'm going to tell you today why they grow like weeds and they have so much power. And I want to tell you right off, it's not because they're better than we are, like they try to tell you on TV. They're better than we are. No, 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 no. It's not true. Okay. And a lot of people who lost their souls, either it's like, why, Lord? Why? And then the very few, or maybe the many, just give up. They say, okay, we are, slaves. Because, you know, this is the way you want it, Lord. Every TV show, every news show says this is the way you want it, Lord. And so that must be true. You know, it says that uh, the people are very proud, very arrogant. Um, they act like they're blessed of God, way above us, which is very much not true. And so I'm gonna tell you a little story because I'm going to try and stop these people from lying to us and telling us why. Okay? I used to play in the streets a lot. Okay? And my mother would look down there, and every time my mother come out, I get out the street because she told me over and over and over again, get out of the streets. Okay? So I was hard headed. I kept getting in the streets over and over again. Shoot, I wanted to play ball. I wanted to run around. I wanted to ride my bike in the street. She kept telling me, don't ride your bike in the streets and don't play in the streets unless she's out there watching. She has to watch for cars so I don't get hit. Okay? That's a mother. That's a father. So I would play in the streets, and when she goes in the house to use the restroom, get a drink of water, I get in the streets. That's just that's just who I was. I'd get in the streets and play. And so she caught me one day out in the streets. And so she said, "Okay, go get a switch. I'm gonna get a whooping because she caught me out in the streets." Okay. Let me ask you a question. Did she tell all the other boys to go get a switch? I'm gonna whoop you. Why not? Why not? Why didn't she tell all the boys out there? It's like the whole world. Why didn't she tell the whole world? Why didn't she tell all those boys out in the street, go get a switch, I'm going to whoop you? I'll give you a second on that. You got it yet? Because they're not hers. They're not hers. They're not her kids. They're not her children. I'm her child. You are God's child. He's going to whoop you. He's not going to whoop them as hard. He's not going to go over there and get them. But later he will, she will, if she has some type of, if they come messing on our porch, she'll whoop them. But as long as they're in their own porch with their own parents, she leaves them alone. God is leaving them alone for now. Because he gave us the covenant. He gave us, black people, the covenant. That's why, you get all this TV news and all these things turning the truth of God and his word, telling us that we are well like dogs for them, to obey them, and like donkeys and mules to work for them. That's what they try to tell you. But that's not who we are, and they know it. They know exactly who we are. They enslaved us. You see? But my parents said, she's going to whoop me. She's not going to whoop the other kids. So you have to obey that covenant. With your mother, I'm not going to get in the streets. They didn't have the covenant. I did. You did. God's children had the covenant. So it should make you a little happy that you're God's children. You see what I'm saying? You see, you got to understand our fathers, our mothers and fathers do these things to keep us and to keep us going in a straight direction. He whoop us to keep us going in a straight direction. These people aren't going in a straight direction. They're not. They're not going straight. So if my mother didn't give them any money, because my mom can give me money, she don't give it to them. My mom buy me shoes and shirts, and she don't buy them shirts and shoes for school. So who did? Who bought them shirts and shoes? Who bought the Christians shirt and shoes? Who lord over us? Who bought them shirts and shoes and give them money? I'll tell you. Let me see here. Turn to John 8:43 through 45. John 8:43 through 45. No. Let's read Matthew 8. Matthew 8 first. Matthew 8. No, Matthew 4. I'm sorry, Matthew 4, 8. Matthew 4, 8. Matthew 4, 8. Let's read it. Again, the devil taketh him up into an exceedingly high mountain, and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world, and the glory of them. Now, again, the devil taketh him up to an exceedingly high mountain, and shows him all of the kingdoms of the world, and the glory of them. Oh, let me go another verse here. Okay? And he said unto him, all these things, go to 9, and all these things I will give thee if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Oh, somebody else can give money. Somebody else can got a big, deep pocket. Not as deep as God's, but somebody else has a deep pocket. Who is that? The devil. The devil has a deep pocket. He's rich. You see what he's going to give him? All the kingdoms of the world. And all of these things will come on him if you just bow down and worship him. If you just bow down, stay in line, be bewitched. Bewitched is when you go along with the crowd. You see, who was that? Simon the sorcerer. He says, you have bewitched this city. He had bewitched the city with sorcery, which is pharmakia, which I showed you before, drugs. And what is bewitched? What is bewitched? Okay, everybody is going in one direction. Now, they start going in one direction, but they veer off of God's path. And you know how these stars and all these young girls, and they do everything, these absolute whores on TV and music and radio do, stick out their tongues and just do everything these whores do. They go out and do it, and the parents don't have anything to say about it. They let them wear the short dresses. They let the breasts hang out. They let them do everything. Wear the high heels. They let them do everything. You know, if you let your child be on this phone 24/7 as a babysitter, you need to be put in jail. You need to be put in jail, and God's going to put you in jail, because that's a bad parent. You know, it's better for her not to have a phone. It's better for her to have been talked about and laughed at than to have a phone 24 hours in her face. You know the things that this phone can teach her, and it programs her. It programs him to do evil things, not follow Christ. It don't program her to follow Christ. So everybody's walking in a path, a straight path, but when you're bewitched because somebody wants to lead you, you start veering off that path, and you don't even know it. You start veering off to the side. You don't even know it. Let's read the next one here. Let's go back and read John 8, 43 through 45. John 8, 43 through 45. Okay? John 8, 43 through 45. Ready? Okay, why do you not understand my speech? Even because you cannot hear my words? You can understand the words that a preacher is saying to you, but you can't hear him. You only get hearing through the word of God. You understand that I keep telling you, you got to do the Sabbath, but you can't hear me. Because you know why? Because you're going through man. 666 is the number of a man, right? It's the number of a man. Okay, a man, you only have two gods. Only two gods run this earth. You have God, big G, God, little g. You have God on earth, God in heaven, and you have the Pope. All forces, all kings of this earth come and bow down to this man. Let me say it again, because you don't understand me. All kings of this earth comes to the Vatican and bows down to him. Muslim, Sikh, whatever they are, they come and bow down to this man. And pretty soon he's going to be a political and a religious power. You got to understand the power of the state and the power of political. Political, as you can see, all of these Christian preachers, I think I'm going to preach on that. All of these Christian preachers are bowing down. All of them. Let me finish reading here before I get off key. Okay. You can't hear, I can tell you a thing, but you can't hear it unless you know the Bible. Unless you get into the Bible, you can't hear it. Okay. Where was that at? 43? Okay, 44. Ye are here it is. Because ye are your father the devil. That's your father. That's their father. They act like us, but their father is the devil. Their father is the devil because they're going away from us. And God said, if you go away from me, you was never with me in the beginning. Right? Ye are of your father the devil, and the lusts of your father. They've lusted after our women, destroyed our women, destroyed our young girls, and they're a homosexual. Rome is a homosexual place, so they lusted after our young men. And the things of your father and the lusts of your father you will do. He is a murderer from the beginning. Was America murderers from the beginning? They started with the Indian. Murderers from the beginning. He's trying to tell you that they never was with God. They're tares. These evangelical preachers Christian preachers are tares. They look just like saved people. God just showed you all of them wanted this racist man. And I'm not talking political here, because Trump didn't bring up racism. Democrats are just as racist. But you got to understand, they built up this racist man. They built up, but they didn't tell him he was racist. Is he racist? Well, I don't know. I don't know if he's racist. I don't think so. I don't see anything racist in him. Because you're of your father. That's why. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth. Now you know they're lying. They lie to us 24/7. They lie to us about anything and everything. Okay? They're trying to tell us we drug heads, trying to tell us we're stupid. You know, I just saw an article. I put it on my channel. Check it out. And it says that white people, Chinese, Japanese, all the people of the earth, okay, chimpanzees, orangutans, gorillas, they have it's tough to understand, but I'm just put it simple to you. They have a DNA number that range chimpanzees, monkeys, gorillas, but about all the way to 4. I think they go to 4. But you'll just watch my video on my channel. But the white man, his number is 6. And the black man's number in Africa, all black men mostly, is 9. Now, whenever you see smart people on TV, you only see Chinese and white people. Whenever you look at NASA, looking for the smartest and the brightest, you only see white people, but it's black people in the background. Trust me, it's them 3 women. Did you ever see the movie? Did you ever see it? Let me finish here. He was a murderer from the beginning. Was they a murderer from the beginning? Did they murder from the beginning? They wasn't gods. They look like Christians. They act like Christians. They act like people of God. but they're not God's people. You can't hear me. Why? Because your father's the devil. You can hear my speech, but it won't go in your ears. It won't go in your ears. You won't listen to me. I can talk all day. And you said up there, yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay, yeah. I go up to tell one of these Sunday worshipers who worship the sun and the devil and the Pope. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Who is the beast? We've already established who the beast is. The beast is the Pope and his organization, the Catholic Church. Okay? That's the beast. What does the beast say his mark is? He says his mark. Now you got to establish the beast, and now you got to establish what his mark is. Then you'll know what God's mark is. Okay, the beast, who all the kings of the earth go bow down to. Oh, see, you can't hear me, can you? You can't hear me. You can't hear me. You know why? Because you're not in this. You're not grounded in this. God says, "Are you hear my speech?" Would you? Yeah, okay. Yeah, you just Sunday. My mama did Sunday. My daddy did Sunday. I'm gonna do Sunday. God bless you, son worshiper. God bless you, son worshiper. Because you're going to hell. I'm telling you, that's the mark. You think they're really going to tell you what the real mark is? The real mark is Saturday and Sunday. The real image that you're going to worship is Sunday. I hate to get off the path, but the real image is Sunday and Saturday. What did they say? What did the beast say his mark was? What, all the kings of the earth come bow down to this man. You really think that's of God? For a man to set himself up and say, I'm God, come bow down to me? And nobody will let themselves bow down. Jesus didn't say, don't bow down to me. Peter did. All the disciples did. But Jesus never said, don't bow down to me, and neither do the Pope. He's going to point to the Antichrist. You see what I'm saying? Can you hear me? Can you hear me at all? Let me say it again. I'm probably getting off of this, but all the kings of the earth bows down to this man. This man is the beast system. He is the leader of everything that goes wrong on earth. He tells everybody what to do, even America. Now, can you hear that? Can you hear it? Or you just listen to my speech? The beast said that his mark is Sunday. He said Saturday is God's, is Jesus' mark. But I changed the solemnity of that mark to Sunday, which proves I have the authority. I'm the creator of the world. I'm the God of this world. When you worship on Sunday, you're saying the Pope is the creator of this world. There's no other religions. All of these other things, that all these other Baptist, Protestant, Catholic, all this old stuff, these just daughters that came from the Catholic Church. These whore daughters. They're whore daughters that came from the Catholic Church to confuse you. Confuse. What does confusion mean? Satan. When you're confused, like a man, old white man with a dress on, up in the White House, is a woman. And he got a baby doll dress on. They don't never show you that. Baby doll dress on up in the White House. That's confusion, buddy. Can you hear me? I'm sorry. I got to say it one more time. All the kings of the world bows down to him. Can you hear me? All the kings of the world bow down to him. Even the United States president. They even had him in Congress to talk, and they wasn't supposed to, but they let him. He's the beast. Now, what does the beast say his mark is? You guys are getting fooled. You're getting deceived, like the Bible said. You know, if you don't listen to me, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. You say, "Oh, my daddy, he did Sunday. My mama." God said you gotta hate your mama. God said you gotta hate your daddy. God said you gotta hate your sister, your brother, and your dog Sparky. You gotta hate them and follow this. Follow this. You can't follow your mama and your daddy anymore. You can't follow your brothers and your sisters no more. You can't follow a man because he's a good orator. He can preach you into heaven. Got a lot of people saved, yeah. But God said, listen to what they say, don't do what they do. They're trying to trick you. They're trying to deceive you. Christianity is a deceit. Christianity is not of God. It's one of the daughters. The Protestant. Do you call yourself a Protestant? Do you call yourself a Baptist? Do you call yourself all these? These are just the daughters of the Catholic Church. And they're going right back to the Catholic Church. Look at their I say this every week, but I'm trying to get a point over to you. I'm trying to can you hear me? I should retitle this, Can You Hear Me? Can you hear me? The Pope says, and you all just waiting for this thing to be put in your hand and everything. The Pope said, and then because you love your daddy's Sunday, because you love your mama's Sunday, your great grandmama's Sunday, my whole family went to this church on Sunday. You're going to worship something that God says Saturday is my day. And it shows that I created the world. It's my seal. It's what I'm going to seal you with in your forehead. He even says that in I think it was Genesis. I'm going to seal you in your forehead. Or was that Exodus? I'm going to seal you in your forehead. He's going to seal you with your what did he say he's going to come back for in Revelation? Those who obey my commandments and have the faith of Jesus. This is Revelation. This is not the Old Testament. Who obey. Can you hear? No, you can't hear. No, you can't. Okay. Okay, you can't hear. You all looking for this mark in your hand, which might be part of it. But what are you going to worship that's going to seal your fate? Oh, we want a rest day, and we want to make Sunday our rest day. You know, just to understand who God is, because the world is getting bad. Yeah, Sunday rest day. Oh, yeah, that's great. Oh, now you admit that God has a rest day. I thought you said I can worship any day. Hypocrite, liar. I can worship any day. I can pray any day. So why are you voting for Sunday to be a day of what? Of rest. You're a liar and a hypocrite, and you don't hear. That's why you don't hear. You just hear the speech. You just know the speech, but you don't hear. You're not trusting what's the truth. You're not trusting the truth. And so when you vote for this Sunday day, you're telling God you're not the creator. The Pope is. I'm telling you, there's only two gods. A big God and a little God. There's only two. The Catholics is behind it all. They invented the Muslims. That's a daughter. Protestants, daughter. Baptists, daughter. Anything you want to name. All daughters of the whore. To confuse you. Oh, what religion is out there? Oh, which religion can I find? Which religion do I go with? You go with Jesus Christ in this Bible. You own just if this is not your base, you are lost. You are lost. It's like these people he's talking about, there's no sin and everything is good. But do you want somebody to murder your mother? No, then there is sin, isn't it? You don't want it to happen to you. You just want to set up the everybody else to say there's no sin so you can get off and you start killing people's mamas and daddies and daughters. Hypocrite. Please listen to me. If I finish that, I'm not going to even finish that. I'm not going to even finish that. I'm just let you know that I wish I can say the things that will make you hear me, you know. There's a Father out there that's called Jesus, that's called God. And there's a father out there that's called the devil. You're going to worship one or the other. You're going to worship one or the other. And the God I worship is Jesus Christ. And I hope the God you worship is Jesus Christ. Because if you vote Sunday in as a rest day, you're pretty much going to lose your soul. Because I don't even know if you have to take that money. You already done voted. You already done voted Satan in. Now, it don't matter now as far as going to church on a Sunday. It don't matter. Just so you do the Sabbath. Do the Sabbath and then go to church on Sunday. Do the Sabbath church, then go to church on Sunday. It don't matter. But when you defy God, when you defy God, let me tell you something. When you defy God and look in his face and say, the Pope is the creator. And I told you what he said. Now you know. I told you who's the God of this earth. The Pope. I told you the Pope follows the devil. I told you. Now, if you don't listen, that's up to you. I'm trying to save your soul. I do love you. God bless you. Hallelujah.